focus. Ideate, innovate, enable. RR Kabel presents Short Circuit Se Suraksha, powered by News 18 Networks.
Global companies seeking alternative production bases with the plus one to China strategy present a valuable opportunity for India. With a robust labor force and the government's incentivizing PLI schemes, India is positioning itself as the world's new shop floor. Right. So encouraging investment and fostering innovation in one way or the other. Today, we are going to talk a lot about that, but however, it is crucial to address the concerning issue of industrial accidents that claims the lives of hundreds and causes a permanent disabilities to thousands. Annually in 2021, a parliamentary statement revealed that over 5 years, at least 6,500 workers lost their lives while working in factories, ports, mines, and construction sites. So this condition is can't be said as a good. Hello and welcome to RR Kabel present Short Circuit Se Suraksha, powered by News 18 Network. I'm Vipin Bhatt with you, and with me there are some esteemed guests today with whom we can discuss this important topic. Today's panel discussion aims to dwell deep into the critical aspects of the fire safety and resilience in India's manufacturing sector by focusing on strategies to ensure adherence to the safety codes, addressing the recent fire incidences, and building a confidence in India's manufacturing capabilities. The discussion will contribute to realization of country's vision of achieving a $5 trillion economy. So please welcome. I have a big esteemed panel with me today. My guests are in conversation, and let me introduce to all of these gentlemen to you. Dr. K.C. Vadhva, Chairman, Fire Safety Committee, Bureau of Indian Standards. M.V. Deshmukh, Chairman, Fire Safety India Foundation. Ajit Kulkarni, MD, Ajit Kulkarni Consultant. Shri Gopal Kabra, MD, RR Kabel. Welcome all of you gentlemen. So Mr. Kabra, let me start with you. This is the major concern, the fire safety. But before that, let me begin with asking a fundamental question. Well, India is poised to capitalize on China's plus one opportunity. That is right, and we are see it coming as a big way, becoming the world's new shop floor. What do you think about that? Are we capable of that? And then we go to the fire thing.
See, capability will be developed. We are not capable yet enough, but because this opportunity came all of a sudden, number one. And the world is looking towards India because, as you know, that we are the largest cable exporter from India, so I travel a lot. People are, first priority is coming to India because India has created last decade its own brand as a country, as a political powerful, as an economic powerful, as a growth story we have. So people are looking here, but additional than PLI, they should incentivize the company who is creating a brand for the country and they sell their own their product in their own brand. So this will be a sustainable model. See, China plus one, it looks nice today, but it's not a permanent. But if the local companies, as an Indian company, Indian homegrown companies, they make here a product and they sell in their brand and create a business all over the world, that's going to be more sustainable.
That is a more sustainable mode of doing a business. Dr. Vadhva, what do you think? We are talking of China plus one, but are we really ready to accept that status? Means, are we ready fundamentally with our infrastructure, with all the amenities which a country like China is providing at the moment? Are we ready for that level kind of a service for those who are coming to India?
Yeah, I think if we see, this year's budget, so Government of India, they have allocated around 20% of their budget. They have allocated, and that is with an idea that's a capital investment they have made. So they are inviting more and more foreign direct investments within the country. And they have from 20 to 22, 3 years, they have done almost $42 billion annually. and they are trying to compete with the China in times to come. And government is providing more than $24 billion incentive over the next few years, and they are inviting many dozens of industries within the country. And if you really see that 26 countries have already given their consent, even in the present tour of the Honorable Prime Minister in US. So a lot of MOUs have been signed, keeping in view this kind of foreign direct investment into our country.
Right, that tours of PM Modi to America has laid some kind of new foundation, which we think we'll see in the coming days, and a lot of things will happen over there. Now, Mr. Kulkarni, what do you think of that? When we say that China plus one India has the capabilities, but on the other hand, standards, the kind of workforce we have here, the kind of facilities we have here, are we really able to deliver that thing?
Yeah, partially I could say that we are ready because we have got a good skilled people, we have got a good talent, we have already proved in many of the manufacturing activities in past. So I think we are ready. Only thing is that some sort of a government reforms and logistic purpose, the other part, if we can take care, I think we can able to do it. And this is the in fact time rather to move in because entire world is looking to us that we have got a democratic country, we have got a good law and order, we have got easy doing business. So in all sort of a positive attitude, I think we should able to do it. So this is the in fact time rather to push in and so that we can become a parallel economy toward the China.
Okay. Mr. Deshmukh, your quick comment over this?
See, at least the micro level picture of the Maharashtra, which I was very closely associated with the Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation for more than 25 years. In the FDI flow in Maharashtra, which I saw, it's a micro level picture perspective I'm giving. The flow that I could see before and now, there is a vast difference. Second thing is, yes, capabilities can be cohesively developed, skill development or the producing the best engineers, the best graduates in different streams. See, employable people is a major challenge for all the employers which we used to interact and we still interact with the industries. But given challenge and looking at the global scenario, we all of us we know why these opportunities are hopping in India, and if we really encash those, I think we can overcome all the challenges and we can do contributing to the better economy of the country.
So I think all the panelists are equally confident that yes, we can do a China plus one can be a reality, and India can deliver even better than the China. So now let's move to the core topic, the fire safety thing. A parliamentary statement revealed that over 5 years, at least 6,500 workers, which is a big number, lost their lives while working in factories, ports, mines, and construction sites. What is the primary reason for this, and what needs to be done is a big question. Mr. Kabra, let me start with you. What do you think about this? How can we reduce such incidences?
See, for that, first of all, we need to create an awareness, safety norms to be more stringent than what today we have, and the cost-saving culture of chalega. These two things are very challenging in our country. See, we have seen this railway accident also. So now, when I was in Odisha last week, and then I had a meeting with Nitin Gadkari also, now government focus has changed from volume to safety now. This will help, and all the fire, maximum fire takes 80% because of electrical. And we know the electrical, because companies have here all the great panels here, they can throw more lights on this. This electrical fire, 80% fire is because of electrical. Out of this, 80% is because of wire and cable and switchgear. And today, it's really, I always tell on this platform and many platforms, in India, electrical products are the lowest in the world. BIS need to be educated, consultant need to be educated, contractor and actual user, both all.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the talks is going on, and we need a little short break to take some breath. And when we come back, we will take some more serious issue in the electrical safety.
RR Kabel presents Short Circuit Se Suraksha, powered by News 18 Networks. RR Kabel presents Short Circuit Se Suraksha, powered by News 18 Networks.
Welcome back. You are watching Short Circuit Se Suraksha, presented by RR Kabel and powered by News 18 Network. Mr. Vadva, let me come with few more incidences and figures. For example, fire incidences are frequent phenomena at manufacturing plants in India. And recently we saw in this year, Apple supplier Foxlink's 50% factory was burnt or something, or in recent last week, some around 11 June, fire breaks out at furniture factory in Delhi. And even there is some kind of a fire incidence in some kind of a coaching class as well. We even didn't forget that Gujarat's incident some year back. So fortunately, there is no casualty this time. But these frequent happenings in India is a major cause of concern. What do you think? And whatever Mr. Kabra has explained, do you find that there is some kind of correlation between these two things, these incidences and that below par production?
Yeah, definitely. Because if we see NCRB statistics, National Crime Record Bureau, there's a single agency in the country, who are giving fire statistics annually. So as per 2021 statistics, there were total 8,400 deaths due to fire in the country. And out of that, around 1,650 cases were attributed to fires due to electrical short circuit. 1,650 deaths were due to electrical short circuit. So there is a need to improve upon, because as and when we come across with any fire incident in the country, so 60 to 70% causes are attributed to electrical short circuit. And we are in the process, because I, being the chairman of Bureau of Indian Standard Fire Safety Committee, so we are in the process of improving the standards. In times to come, we'll have definitely those standards at par with the international standards.
There's a need to improve a lot over there, and what is same indicated by Mr. Kabra. Well, Mr. Deshmukh, what steps can be taken to address the lack of attention and kind of investment in electrical safety and awareness, considering the fact that rupees somewhere 10 lakh crore was allocated in the budget 2023-24 by the government towards the infrastructure?
Basically, we as a fire professionals, whenever there is a serious fire accident, the first preliminary information that we disseminate to media, that the fire may be due to the short circuit. Probable cause of fire is short circuit. But unfortunately, in India, the fire forensic as a subject, which is not matured or which is not even initiated yet to a level. And if that is, electricity is the prime mover for the entire growth of the economy. Today, in whatever 75 years plus we have come here, that is only because of the electricity and the electrical infrastructure, whatever that weak or insufficient it is. But many times we are helpless to blame the electricity to be the cause of fire. The very reason is fire forensic is lacking. So I have my own doubts about the data disseminated by the different agencies, because there is no other source for that. Second thing is, yes, the infrastructure in the electrical short circuit, at least if we consider that as a point for discussion today, there is a lot of things to do. For example, if you see, there are many old buildings in all the urban areas of India, and those buildings are not designed for the number of air conditioners or the electrical appliances and the kind of load that we expect. So without changing the backbone infrastructure, we go on loading on it. It is going to be the overheating and the fires are going to be there.
Mr. Kabra, do you agree with Mr. Deshmukh on certain points, or there are some point of disagreement?
No, the first point which I agree, that when the buildings are old, then power consumption is increased. So there is also reason. But the biggest reason is even the new building, how much you are taking care. That's my challenge. See, old building, I say I am into making a car parking business, other business I'm talking. So I always tend to say that Connaught Place was built 100 years before. That time there is no car way there, but Gurgaon have built now. Why there is a parking problem there? So same way, the old building story, I agree with Mr. Deshmukh. But in new buildings, so for example, luckily, our chairman sir is here for BIS, Safety Council. Fire alarm, see, I tell you the knowledge of BIS. fire alarm cable or fire survival cable, BIS has approved aluminum with this much of risk. So I was the first person to go to BIS and talk, boss, how can be an aluminum cable of fire survival? Because when fire takes place, the ambient temperature between 850 to 900 degree and aluminum belt is 650. So this kind of knowledge itself in the government body and the policymaker, that's the biggest challenge.
Okay, now to the bigger question. Mr. Kulkarni, you being a consultant, you involved in so many projects around the country and even abroad also. What are the specific mechanisms that can be adopted and implemented to ensure adherence of the fire safety codes? How can regulatory bodies, inspectors, auditors be made more accountable for ensuring the compliances? And what is the practice world over?
See, prior before going ahead, let me come to the basic of the things. We must have some sort of a mechanism wherein awareness is to be required. The awareness among our all people, right from CEO level to the electrician level, we do not have that much of the awareness that what is meant by electrical fire. So we should know about the electrical fire per se first. We must understand the electrical installation comprising of say material is there, then installation is there, testing commissioning is there, and then commissioning. Now in case of material per se, we have got standards, but do you mean to say after getting the ISR mark, are we going to get satisfied with the ISR things? Absolutely no, because worldwide there are a lot of other than the IE standards are there, where the IEC standards are there, and we have to cross the bar for that. See, all the manufacturers, the wire manufacturers per se, if you take the cable manufacturers per se, all the switchgear manufacturers, they should not only stick and adhere to the I standard, but we may have to go further ahead that the IEC level, not to the extent we have to manufacture something better than that. Then only the things will happen. And whatever the safety things what we have got in mind should percolate to the last level, then only the things will happen.
Dr. Vadhva, there are many substandard counterfeited product available in the market where the standards are not up to mark, where the things are not up to mark, where the quality of the product are not up to mark. So is there anything which you people are doing to just check on this and some proper things are available in the market?
No, whenever we go for any kind of installation for that matter, whether it is cable or say firefighting equipment or fire suppression system, we want to have a certification from a lab, from a test lab, because BIS as such doesn't operate all the labs by itself. They have got certain labs on the panel. They have empaneled the labs, test labs for various kind of firefighting equipment and even the cables and other things. So these are NABL accredited labs are there. So first thing is, while we are installing all these things into the buildings, there is a need to go for strict kind of inspection. So at those levels, these things are required to be inspected thoroughly, whether they are genuinely taken from a ISI marked source or not, because there are so many duplicate also being sold in the market. But certainly, whenever we are going for any kind of installation, there's a need to have strict inspections before these things are installed in the building.
Right. So there are many points which these gentlemen are talking about. For example, national policy is just recommended by Dr. Vadhva, a kind of a general awareness among all the stakeholders to improve the quality, technology, the use of technology, as Mr. Kulkarni mentioned that with the help of the IoT and other things, we can improve. Even AI is the talk of the thing nowadays. I don't know how can AI will come into a role here, but definitely there are certain things which can be done with that technology, quality product, and need to remove that mental block that this is something which is dealt only by the say architectures or the planners. No, this is something which everyone should be concerned of. This is something which everyone should think of, and in that way we can make our country a much safer place, whereas the electrical hazards or electrical fires are concerned. And when we talk about China plus one, this is indeed the need of the hour that we should provide a safe environment to all those who are coming to India with a lot of hopes. Thanks a lot, gentlemen. All of you represented a very good debate, and I hope that this will, as many of you said, that media can play a big role, and we try to play that role only to create that awareness and that kind of an environment. Thanks a lot for joining the program. Thank you.
RR Kabel presents Short Circuit Se Suraksha, powered by News 18 Networks. Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.